My name is Kevin Ray, and you're listening to Truckers and Others. Yo! This is a good day here. This is Monday. We had a good weekend. A nice, long weekend full of doing all kinds of stuff. Got my house all cleaned up, like, brother. My house needed it, and it got it. That's for sure. Now, the one thing I didn't get done this weekend, which I would have loved to do, would have been get the backyard mowed up and the front, and picked up my new weed eater, because I got 3 different weed eaters I could choose from. I just got to go pick them up. There's 2 at my parents' house. I need to go over there. They told me they're like, hey, if you come over here and reorganize our garage, we'll pay you. So, hey, I mean, I'm all about getting that cash. So, I already looked at it. It's really the same setup as my garage. It's a little bit wider, so that's good. Damn, everybody in a fucking rush today. I've been stuck behind this fucking Suburban with the bullshit fucking road all over his back window. It's like, Venmo me, I'm traveling. Venmo. Like, hey, shut the fuck up and get out of the fast lane. He's been in the fast lane. He will not get out of the fast lane. Like right now, I'm not with him right now, but he saw me get up on him and he's sped up. It's like, no, get out of the fucking fast lane. I'm gonna send him a request for money instead of give him money. Well, request $75, and in the notes it's gonna say, get out of the fast lane or pay me. Anyways, it's going well today. And the weekend was really nice. I slept in both days. It was so nice. Oh no, I can't tell if this guy is losing a tire or he's running over one that was already lost. Oakley. It's an Oakley tanker. I think he just ran over some tire. It's like, what are you doing running over a fucking tire in the road? Come on, man. And I'm gonna get up around him just in case he's a wild man over here. Oakley. I think he ain't hauling ass. At least not right now. Oakley, Lake Wales, Florida. Caution, this truck makes wide turns and is sketchy on the fucking highway. Yeah, so I had a couple things for sale. I had the riding mower, which I already made a deal with the guy to sell. He came and picked that up. He's a chatterbox, but he's a good guy. He wanted to sit around. I'm like, because I was just at home by myself, well, with the kids, just me and the kids, and I said, hey kids, hold on real quick. I need to run out and sell this mower real fast. So I left them inside and all the dogs and everything. And then I had to run out there and get the mower pulled out of the shed. The guy was having trouble getting it started, but I don't know what he was doing wrong. He was doing something wasn't right with what the fuck he was doing, because he couldn't get it to start for some reason. And I'm like, what? No, it fucking runs because we started it up. I'm like, I promise you, hold on, let's figure out something ain't right, but we got it. And then he rides it over there, and then he rented a little trailer, little fucking bullshit trailer. Somebody had been hauling a bunch of gravel in it, and he was like trying to daredevil this motherfucker into the goddamn trailer. He comes hauling ass. He's in like 4th gear, because on the mower, 4th gear is like 5 mile an hour, which is pretty fucking quick for a mower. And he freaking and the front wheels came up, but the deck got caught right there at the top of the ramp, and it about gave him whiplash. She's like, "Oh!" He yelled. I said, "Hey, all right, hold on, all right, push the clutch in. Fuck, you're doing a burnout. Push the clutch in." I'm like, "You lowered the deck. Why did you lower the deck?" "Oh, I thought it'd ride better lightweight." I'm like, "Dude, all right." But he ain't worried about the deck or nothing like that. He wants to take it to a golf course to haul around D. Thatcher at a golf course. And he talks about all this other equipment that he's got at the golf course. And I'm like, really? I don't know. Maybe he's just making the shit up. All right, now I got a Subaru from Arkansas going slow as fuck in the fast lane. What are you doing? Come on, Subaru. If you're wondering where I'm headed up to a Walmart. I'm going up I-35 about an hour and a half, heading to a Walmart, going to pick up a roll-off box full of, I don't know what the fuck. And then I got to take it to the landfill and then return the roll-off box. This is not the first thing I did today. I hauled jet fuel to start out the day. Went over there. They had some sort of an issue with one of the underground lines. And they've been filtering the same fuel, I think, for 2 years now. They keep running it through a filter and replacing the filter and then running it again and then running it again and again and again and again and again and again. And they're just I don't know. I'm happy to be there to take their money. I don't know. I think something is weird about that job, but I don't know. So I hauled the tanker today. I did 2 loads. 2 full loads. They were probably overweight, but I did 2 full loads of jet fuel, just hauling it around, just hauling it from where they filter it over to the tank farm, and then pumping it out. That was all right. Oh, I also back to my selling shit. So I sold that mower, and then. Actually, it was before that. I sold a pressure washer. Some guy in a Honda Civic. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna come pick up that pressure washer." I said, "Okay, cool. I'm the house. I got a red Chevy Cruze. Just look around for that." And he said, "Okay, cool. I'm in a red Honda Civic." I said, "Oh no." I didn't say anything to him. I just said, "We'll make it work." Yeah, but it's a pretty decent-sized fucking pressure washer. Well, what he didn't tell me was it was a hatchback Civic with the seats removed. So everything fit just fine, but I was like, "I can start it up real quick." He's like, "Oh, no, don't worry about it." I'm like, "No." Because his wife was being she's getting a little bitchy with me, because she was the one doing the delegation, trying to get it bought or whatever. And, I've had this pressure washer listed up for like 2 weeks. And part of the issue was that I was not available to meet people because I work late sometimes, especially last week. And this lady, she texted me, I don't know, like a week into the sale. That's when she initially responded. And she kept saying, "Oh, can we come pick it up this day, this time?" And it just wasn't working out. And then whenever I was available, and I don't check my shit all day long. I'm not over here. I don't get notifications for Facebook Messenger. I don't get none of that shit. So I just, at the end of the night, when I'm sitting around, I ain't got nothing else going on, I'll open up Facebook Messenger and see what the fuck's going on. I don't check that shit during the day. And she said, "Oh, can we come pick it up Friday night?" Because I told her maybe Friday night we're going to see. And then I didn't get home until late Friday night. So then I opened it up and said, hey, I'll be home all Saturday if you want to come get it, but I will let you know a lot of people are interested in this thing that have been wanting to come meet and get it. So it's going to be a first come, first serve type of deal. And she said, well, we've been talking for over a week about coming to buy it. We want to buy it, blah, 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 like going on. I'm like, hey, all right, well, guess what? If you set up a time and actually come get it, that'll be good. She's like, tomorrow morning. I'm like, that's not a time. I need a time. She said, tomorrow morning. I'm like, all right, well, you know what? Here's the address. Let me know when you're on your way. And I gave her the wrong address. You know, that's what you always do. I always give them the neighbor's address. Do you know? I don't know why, but I think it helps because they're like, oh, it's supposed to be over there, but the red Chevy Cruze is over there. Yeah, I don't give. So if somebody wants to read my text messages or somebody's trying to fucking sneak into my shit, guess what? They're going to be sneaking over to my neighbor's house. They're going to be sending my neighbor that mail. I ain't going to be getting that mail. I ain't going to be getting calls about people wanting to buy my house. Hey, is it, let's go ahead and start working on the paperwork to buy that house. I'm like, hey, how about you shut the fuck up? Happens all the time. Now I'm running back into this fucking guy that's got all the shit wrote all over his window. I'm telling you guys, this guy, he's in the slow lane, which is weird. But he keeps going fast and slow, and that's not good for your gas mileage, buddy. He's got all this shit wrote all over. Need gas to travel. Venmo me. And then it's got his little Venmo tag. And then he's got a little thing on top of his roof and a little gas can. And it looks like he's from Minnesota. Need help to keep traveling. Venmo me. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. That's what I'd say to him. But I'm catching up to him again. I'm doing 73 and a 70. And I'm catching up to him again. And it's like earlier I was doing 78, and whenever I rolled up on him and he took off, and it's like, I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing. Your cruise control is all fucked up. I understand my Chevy Cruze does not have cruise control. You know, how does the fuck does that work? Who at Chevy's like, let's do a Chevy Cruze, but only some of them, let's give them cruise control. It's like, but hey, sir, like, it's named the Chevy Cruze. So in order for them to actually cruise in their cruise, they need to have cruise control. And he's like, no, fuck that. Only make some of the Chevy Cruzes have cruise control. Pay extra. But I bought mine used, so I wasn't there at the dealership to offer more money for the cruise control. Because who does it? Who gets a Chevy Cruze without cruise control? Okay, me, apparently. But, that's one thing you kind of overlook whenever you're test driving the car. You're just driving around the block a little bit. You're not really getting out on the highway or anything. And, yeah, I will say, I overlooked it not having cruise control. And that will not, whenever I sell my Cruze, that will not be in the description. I'm gonna hopefully somebody will figure that out later on. I think I'm gonna have a hard time selling that fucking thing with the timing belt fucking light up on the dash, because at 100,005 miles, it pops up message that you can't just like delete. You can clear it, but it comes back every time you start the fucking car up. It says timing reminder to replace your timing belt. I'm like, hey, you know what? That's fucking rude to have that message pop up there. How about this? I'll clear the message out, and then I will let the whoever owns it after. I'll let them know. I'll say, hey, yeah, well, Chevy recommends that you replace the brakes every 30,000 miles or so, and then you change the oil every 3 to 6, and then also the timing belt, every 100,000 or so. And I'm like, oh yeah, I know, but yeah, I know. Okay, cool. They're like, how many miles are on it? Like 110. Oh, okay, so you already did the timing belt? No, I didn't, but it's just recommended. It doesn't mean that it's messed up or broken or anything. It's just recommended. I've taken pretty good care of the car, so it should be fine for a while. Actually, I am on the bumpiest fucking road. Um. So anyways, yep, sold some shit. Got the house cleaned up this weekend. Went to a petting zoo. Mm-hmm. So my in-laws, the cul-de-sac they live in, they're pretty close to all of their neighbors. One of their neighbors, their grandparents, and they said, "Hey, our daughter, or our granddaughter is having her two-year-old birthday party at our house, and we this is so bumpy, it's making me burp. We're hiring a petting zoo company to come in, and we're gonna have sheeps and goats and ducks and bunnies and chickens, and we're gonna cage them up in the yard. How about if we've seen that there's some little kids that come over to your house every now and again. How about you tell them to come?" So we didn't know the person's birthday at all. Like, we don't know them at all. They just said, "Hey, there's a birthday party over here." She said, "You guys can come." So we said, "All right." So we went, and went to the in-laws. Had to fucking sit there and deal with her. She is apparently my wife, which my wife is cool with the truck purchase, but she decided to mention it to her mother, and so her mother has all these opinions about me and what the fuck I do with my goddamn money, and I don't appreciate that at all. Her mother thinks I'm a fucking idiot, which, I mean, I put that on every now and again, but I quit doing that with her. I just don't talk to her, like, at all. I'm like, "Hey, how about you sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up about what I'm fucking doing?" That's what I say. Because she thinks that I bought this 79 Chevy, and she just looks at her husband and she's like, "Oh boy," and I know what they're saying behind closed doors. I already know what they're saying. She's like, "You're gonna be working on that truck every fucking weekend." No, hey, guess what? He ain't gonna work on that truck, not one fucking bit. She thinks I'm so fucking incompetent I can't do shit about a vehicle. It's like, well, it's just nice to have the fucking tools, and I don't really have all the fucking tools. And my garage was very disorganized, so it was nice to go over to an organized garage that had all the tools I needed, and a friend to help out, because sometimes working on shit in your own driveway, you can't get somebody to come over. This road is about to fucking piss. I'm about to take the ditch. I'm about to just put this motherfucker into a ditch. This road is so fucking bad. I will fucking drive off the road. I will find a very small body of water and just drown myself. This road is really getting on my nerves here. Okay? I think we're out of the roughest part now, but it was getting really annoying there for a while. This truck also doesn't ride very well. Why were we doing 68? Come on, people. So, anyways, like I was saying, yeah, I don't know. I want to work on the truck. I'm ready to work on the truck. I think this week is going to be the week that I'm going to go ahead and get some shit done. I did talk to my father-in-law, and I said, hey man, because he runs a shop, and so he can do inspections and stuff, which is really nice and neat. I'm like, hey, I need to do an IDOD on my fucking truck. He's like, yeah, I can do that. I'm like, oh, really? Awesome. Well, the truck doesn't run. That's why I'm just doing an IDOD. He's like, yeah, you're gonna have to tow it to my shop. Like, oh, okay. Like, there's, like, what? Taking it to your shop, what is the benefit of doing that? Oh, I could put it up on a lift and I could check out all the. I'm like, all right, well, I can tell you right now, the only VIN that's gonna fucking match up is the one that's on the dash. Everything else is totally different. Everything. Like, wow, yeah, you need to take it. I'm like, well, I have a lift at my shop. If just drive 5 minutes down the road to my shop, I could get it up on the lift and you could do your IDOD and everything, and I don't have to load it up on a trailer and tow it to your fucking place just to get it done and turn it around and bring it back to my fucking place and then unload it. You could drive your running truck to my non-running truck and just, yep, looks like it matches, and then ride it up for me. I don't know. Anyway, so I don't know. It's like, well, hold on. Why would I even fucking use you then? I could just use anybody. I could probably even find a shop that's a little bit closer. But, oh well. Whatever the fuck. I don't know. I gotta get the IDOD shit done immediately. That's the next fucking step, is get that done. So, I don't know. One of these days during this week, I am gonna load up the fucking truck again, take it over to the place, have them check it out, which will be kind of good, because I can move the truck, because it's not parked in a really great spot right now. I mean, it's not a bad spot, but there's better places I could park it where people aren't going to fuck with it. Nobody's fucked with it either, so I'm not, but, there's a limited amount of parking places, and it's in one of them. And so, anyways, I need to get that shit taken care of. Get the truck loaded up, tow it over there, get the IDOD done, bring it back to my shop, park it in a better spot, more out of the way, and then I got to go to the DMV and get all the DMV shit taken care of. And I think that's all I need to do. I think we're going to be good after that. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that on the YouTube channel. The link will be in the description of all the coming podcasts are going to have a link down there to the Facebook and to the YouTube. And the YouTube, you can go back and look at the fucking old videos that I got. I think they're okay, but a lot of them are live streams, so I mean, you'd have to probably, like, put my dog in a life or death situation to get me to fucking watch those videos again. I mean, I'm not going to go back and watch those fucking live streams. That's insane. I would never watch those. And then there's some RP videos, which is also like dog in a life-threatening situation. It's like, you have to watch your fucking role-playing videos on a video game. You have to watch those again to save your dog. All right, I'll watch it. That's about it. So yeah, not looking forward to that. But I mean, the truck videos are up there. They're clearly labeled. Just watch those. Just watch those. The other shit, I don't play that game no more. I played BeamNG the other night. I did. I got the game out, turned on the laptop. It hasn't been turned on in a while. Did a bunch of updates and shit. And then I deleted the game. I deleted all the games that I had on the laptop. I deleted, because it was just getting a lot. There's a lot of fucking mods, a lot of shit, a lot of this, a lot of that. And every time the game updates, everything gets fucked up. And then you got to go back and try to figure out what the fuck's fucked up. I just deleted everything. I even deleted the entire game. I wanted to start from scratch. I wanted all the settings back to normal. I wanted everything to be original. Like I just bought the game and I downloaded it. And plus the files, like there was like, because I've had it downloaded for like 7 different updates. So every time you want to add a mod to it, you got to click through all this shit. And I didn't want to delete it because I didn't know what was important. So because computer files apparently are fucking like that. You gotta, if you delete something, you're like, oh fuck, it's all fucked up now. I fucked it up, and then you try to undo it and it don't undo all the way, or so I don't know. So, anyways, I just deleted everything, re-downloaded the game from scratch with no mods or nothing, and I played it a little bit like that, just the vanilla stuff, and just tried that out, and it worked out pretty well. I liked it. I liked playing it, and I can't wait to play it again. But I had time to do that. Well, I had time to do that while my son is sitting next to me. I love my son, and he loves to play Fortnite. Dad, I want to play Fortnite. I'm like, hey, buddy, hold on, calm down, because I haven't turned this game on in a long time. I just turned it on. How about you help me play this game, but not for a while because there's a lot of stuff I want to do on the game to try out and check out the new shit on the game, and then you can play the game because he likes to just grab the node grabber and just shake the shit out of the trucks until they fall apart into little pieces. And that's cool and all. And he likes to hop out and be a snowman because the little avatar that you hop out as is a snowman. You can't see it, but he wants it to be a snowman. And he likes to just walk around. And there's nothing, you can't do anything walking around, but he likes to do that. I'm like, hey, you do you. If that's what you want to do, do it. But I'm like, I'm not playing Fortnite right now, buddy. But I did end up playing Fortnite with him a little bit later. I was like, yeah, we can play Fortnite. He loved Fortnite, so I mean, and I like to please him. I like him to be happy, and we bond with that. But it's like, hey, man, I only get a little bit of time to do anything, and I haven't turned on this game in a long fucking time. I'd like to play the game I got, my game. But he's cool. He had a good time with it. He was too scared at the petting zoo. He was a little too scared to grab the bunnies, which I don't blame him because I was like, I'll grab a bunny for you, and I reach in there and it moved, and I said, all right, yeah, the bunny doesn't want to be picked up. He's like, how about a chicken? So I grab a chicken, and I actually do grab the chicken, but then the wings get loose on the chicken, and then it's flapping around. I'm like, oh no, I'm having flashbacks when I fucking killed a bunch of chickens because I had to step on their head and rip their bodies off. It was fucking gruesome, But I did that, and I was just having flashbacks of that, and I was just like, all right, we're not holding chickens, we're not holding bunnies. How about you pet the goats? And the goats were going fucking nuts because the people were feeding carrots to the bunnies, and the one black goat, not that it just happened to be the black goat, fucking kept jumping in the bunny pit and trying to stomp the bunnies to death. I don't know what's going on there. But I became the guy holding the black goat back from the bunny area. I was holding him back. I said, you black goat ain't getting in there. Not again. And then there was a man. He's an not older, maybe 30, 40, maybe. Uh, you know, and he's kind of like one of them guys on Love on the Spectrum. Not like the producers or anything. He was like one of the characters on Love on the Spectrum. He was one of those types of guys. He was a really cool guy. As soon as we show up there, he hugs me, which is great. I hugged him back, and he kept calling me tough guy. Said, hey, tough guy. I don't know what I'm trying to get at. It was just something that happened. But I was going along with it the entire time. And then I got a picture with one of these guys. I don't know who took the picture or where the picture is going to be posted, but I did get me a picture with this man, and he kept calling me tough guy, and I appreciate that. He did touch my beard a couple of times, and I said, all right. Oh, man, some guy fucking hit. some chunk of meat in the road. Uh, and I'm guessing this little Fiat 500 is the thing that fucking hit it. Oh yeah, that Fiat 500 had the fucking airbags blown out on it and everything. So, anyways, then we went out to Mexican restaurant, had a good time. I ordered fajitas. Y'all probably thought I was gonna say fajitas. You know, I usually would say fajitas, but I had fajitas. You know, I'm gonna say it the right way. I had fajitas, uh, and it was delicious. We had some, you know, to start out at any and all Mexican restaurants. You get chips and dip to start out with, but if you want to pay extra, you can get the cheese. Man, the cheese dip. So I had the cheese dip, and I had like one of the little saucers for the salsa, and I filled it up with the cheese dip, and I said I'm gonna hold on to this for my fucking meal. Guess what? Uh, my mother-in-law did. Hey, can you pass that cheese down here? Guess what? The only cheese down on my side was the cheese that I was saving for my meal. You know, I was gonna put a little cheese on my fajitas. I'm like, oh, we don't have any cheese on this. She's like, yeah, there's that bowl sitting right in front of you, full of cheese. Can we have that? You know, and they're paying. So I said, oh, this cheese? Yeah, that cheese. Can you pass that cheese down here? We're out of cheese on this side. You know, they ordered 2 bowls of cheese, and they fucking scarfed down their cheese on that side, and everybody else scarfed down the cheese on my side, and I saved my cheese. I was saving my fucking, you know, I could have ordered more, but, you know, it was already like the food was going to come out any moment. And I was like, as soon as the food comes out, I'm going to pour this cheese all over my fajitas, and I'm going to eat it. And it's going to be so good. And right before the food comes, you know, and my wife, she's like, how was your food? I was like, it'd been good if I had my cheese on there, but it was good without it. It was good without it, but, you know, I did have my cheese fucking robbed from me. I don't even know why you're like that. Why are you like that? You just hate my mother. I'm like, well, yes, I do, and for good reason. The cheese that I was saving for my meal was robbed from me. Well, you can order more. I'm like, babe, my whole shit's gonna be quit. It's not gonna be sizzling by the time they bring out more cheese for me. And I don't want a whole fucking cereal bowl full of cheese. I just needed this little bit, this little saucer of cheese is all I needed to really spice up my fucking meal here. You just can't deal with my mother, can you? I'm like, hey, listen, if it was anybody else at the table taking it, guess what? I'd feel the same about them. It just happened to be your bitch ass mom could take my fucking cheese she paid for. So I said, here, yeah, here. So, oh, here, you can have this one. And she handed me another. I'm like, why did you need cheese if you had cheese over there? But there was barely any fucking cheese. It was all cold. It had a bunch of broken chips in it and a little bit of salsa drip. And you know, and the chips that were broken there was from the kids. You know, all the kids just dip in there. They lick the cheese off, and then they stick the chip back in the cheese. And it was all fucking gross and soggy. I was like, all right. I just won't have cheese with my meal. That's okay. And you know, but you can't say that during the meal because it will cause a panic. They will go to the edge of the world to get me cheese again. And I was like, hey, it's okay. I'll just do no cheese. I mean, I would like the cheese, and realistically, it's okay without the cheese. It would have just been a nice little addition that, you know, I was specifically saving this cheese for the fajitas. Anyways, we're done with the cheese talk. That happened. Oh, and also, there's like a little vending machines as you walk in. I mean, my wife, we had a talk the entire time from the in-laws' house to the Mexican restaurant. We talked about the vending machines there at the front. We said, we're not going to get any. I was like, we don't have any quarters, so we're not getting anything from the vending machines. My wife's like, yeah, we are not getting anything from the vending machines because Everything from the vending machines ends up in the kids' mouths, and then partially eaten or fully eaten, and then we're at the doctor's because guess what? My daughter and my son have both had X-rays for shit that they've eaten that they're not supposed to eat. It's an expensive bill for no fucking reason. Okay, quit giving the kids little tiny shit. I said we're not getting anything out of the vending machine. Guess who? Guess who? I was holding the door open. I try to be a nice guy. I hold the door open. I'm the last one to enter. I let my sister-in-law, her son, my daughter, my wife, my father-in-law, let everybody in, and I'm waiting on one fucking person, and they pulled up way before us. So I'm like, what in the fuck is she doing? Can you hurry up and get in here? And, she kept, like, leaning out of the car like she was about to come in. Then she'd go back in the car, and I'm, like, holding the door. And I was about ready to fucking just let the door shut. She's a grown woman. She can open the door herself, but she's about to buy me my meal. I'm going to hold the door open for her. And then she walks in. She shows me her hand. It's full of fucking quarters. I'm like, oh, no. And then she's like, oh, no, what? I was like, nothing. Show Sam what you got in your fucking hand. My wife. So she shows her, and she's like, ugh. And I'm like, I know, but I'm not gonna be the one to say don't buy. She's like, I got all these quarters. She announces it as she walks into the restaurant. She's like, I got quarters for the kids so they could buy all these little fucking bullshits out of these goddamn vending machines. They could buy anything and everything they want. She had $12 worth of quarters in her hands. So not only did they get one fucking little tiny piece of shit toy, they each got three. All three kids got three fucking toys. They've all already, caused issues in the household. On the ride home, they were like, hey, quit putting that in your mouth. It's chewy. I want to chew. Stop chewing on the squishy thing. And then my daughter, she got like it's like a little, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's a little thing. It's a little hard plastic thing that looks like it gets stuck in her fucking colon. So it's like, hey, stop putting that near your mouth. It looked like a little cup, I think. It's a little cup with a straw. And she kept putting it up to her mouth, act like she's taking a little drink out of a little fake toy. And we're like, could it be any other toy? Could it be anything that doesn't belong in the mouth? It's not good. So, and then we had our talk about, I said, yeah, I was holding the door for her so she could, whenever she would, but she was in her car looking for something. I don't know what the fuck she was looking for. She kept getting back into her car. Apparently she was trying to find as many quarters as the bank would give her. I don't know. A lot of fucking quarters. So she can buy the kids all these fucking, I'm like, hey, anything that you buy, you should just keep at your house. How about that? Cash me outside. How about that? You ain't keeping none of these things in my house. It was funny, like those little people toys. Little people, little houses, and little cars, and little stuff. That stuff is all cool. That's for kids. That's for the kids. And she's like, hey, you guys need to take all those little people things home because the kids never play with them when they're over here. I'm like, bitch, they've been over here once. They've been to your house one time. Like, you don't invite the kids. I don't know. Let me go ahead and find a different subject because we're getting a little off topic. This morning I hauled jet fuel, and the hoe bag that used the truck before me left the oil catch can completely full of fucking oil. So, when you're hauling the jet fuel on the jet fuel property, they do not condone any spilling. They don't want any spilling of any types of petroleum products whatsoever on the property. They're supposed to write up paperwork, and if there is. So on the first load, I get loaded all the way. Everything's going great. I get over to the place, and then I have to pressure off the truck to put the fuel that we just loaded, and these are certified clean tanks, so everything's clean, everything's good, and I got to pressure it off into the tank farm. And then whenever I'm done, I got to get the hose disconnected, but I can't have all that fucking pressure built up in my tank or my line to unhook it. So there's two different ways to vent the truck. Well, I mean, there's several different ways you can vent the truck, but there's two major ways. First is pulling the tank vent button, and it vents the tank. It just takes a long time. It's not a very big vent. There's also a secondary vent system, which is a long pipe that goes to the end of the trailer, and you can crack that open and it'll vent way faster. So all that pressure that's built up in there, I want to vent it out as quickly as possible so I can get everything unhooked, put off to the side, and I can pull out of the way so the next truck can get in there and start working, because it takes a long time to offload these trucks. I mean, not a long, maybe like half an hour, which is kind of a long time. So anyways, me being me, knowing what I know, I'm like, oh, well, somebody else used this truck to haul the jet fuel last week, and I'm sure they left it ready to go. So I'm finishing up, and I'm vent the truck, and then I go over and I pull that secondary vent that not everybody uses it. Some people just wait for the other vent to vent it all the way out, but you can't even hear it, but it's still venting, but you think it's done and it's not. So I like to just be sure. So I crack open the secondary vent, and I don't hear anything, so I put my hand underneath it, and I don't feel anything happening over there. So I close the valve. Luckily, I closed the valve. I'm wearing gloves, and then I go over and I start unhooking the hose. I'm like, whatever, it's vented out all the way or whatever. And I grab the hose, and I'm like, where's all this oil coming from? Turns out the fucking hoe bag that used that truck before left that fucking catch can full of fucking oil, and when I opened up that secondary vent, it was just puking oil out of that vent hole. So I had oil all over my hands. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Where did this come from? It came from the secondary vent. Some fucking bitch-ass motherfucker isn't doing, and you know who it is? It's the same fucking person that did it to me last time when I fucked up doing that the Oklahoma run. So I created not a massive spill, but a spill nonetheless on the property of oil. So I had to go out and it slowed me down because I had to go find floor dry, some diaper rags, which everybody calls them diaper, but they're just absorbent pads that they only absorb petroleum products, and the oil is obviously petroleum, so it worked out great. But then I'm over there, and I got to clean up the truck. I got all over my tires. The guy that was behind me drove right through the fucking puddle. I don't know how he didn't see it. So then there's an oil track leading out the gate. I'm like, God damn it. Not a big deal. We got it all taken care of. But it's like, come on, people. Can we fucking get these trucks ready to go for the next day? Like, it says right there, drain daily. And, I don't think she drained that fucking thing for a week. Even the stuff that spilled out, I still had over half a 5-gallon bucket worth of used pump oil come out of the catch can. It was insane. It was so much fucking bullshit. But whatever. I got it all done. It's all taken care of. That job was done. We were done at 11. And I get back to the shop. I'm like, hey, done at 11. And I don't know if you remember, but last week I left a loaded roll-off box on the double rail. Because that's what I was running last week. And I said, hey, I'm back early. You want me to run that to the dump real quick? And that was going to be a perfect day. I don't know. It's a Monday. I'm not really looking to have a very long day today. I was like, hey, I can run that roll off. I can go hang out with my buddy at the landfill. I can take my time. Somebody had already unhooked the truck that I had hooked up to that trailer, so I was a little upset. I was like, hey, what the fuck? Why is people taking the trucks off of trailers when you have other trucks that aren't hooked up to nothing? Turns out it was the same fucking bitch. I'm not going to call her a bitch. She's nice. I like her. She's just, she overlooks some things sometimes. It's okay. Everybody does it. I've overlooked some stuff too. Uh, she unhooked the truck from that trailer that I was about to. I was like, all right, well, I guess I can unhook the truck I just used from the jet fuel tanker, hook it up to the double rail, and then take it to the landfill. And my boss is like, no, 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 you're not gonna do that, because that hoe bag that you complain about all the time, I gave her that job. So when she's done with her job, she's gonna come back and do that job. I'm like, okay, what would you like me to do? Because I'm here, I'm available, I'm ready to work. I want a nice little job. He's like, all right, well, how about this? And it's not a bad job what I got, but it's still. I was like, I don't want to sweep floors and dump trash. I don't want to do that. I hate doing shop work. I want to go out on the road and do something. And dumping that one dumpster would be great. That would be the perfect job for me to do. No, no, no. We gave it to the person that we give all your jobs to. The person that all the jobs that you end up liking, we give them all to her, because you know you know we like to put you on it, so you can have all the issues with all the jobs, and then once you get the jobs figured out down to a science, because that's how you work, then we give it to somebody else that can just ride that wave. So I feel like the guinea pig with all these fucking jobs. They give me a job, I start to like it, and then they take it away from me. It's bullshit. Like one guy, he's in Memphis all week long. Hey, motherfucker! Like, I want the fucking out of town shit. I've been asking you for out of town shit for how fucking long, and you give it to the fucking newbie. The newbies get all the nice cushy fucking jobs, and I'm over here fucking doing bullshit. It ain't right. It ain't right at all. So, yeah, I'm just headed up to a Walmart to grab a roll-off box and take it back and go to the landfill. It just happens to be 2 hours north and 2 hours back south. I was able to stop and eat lunch, take a 5-hour energy, and hit the road. So everything's going well. But it took him a while to figure out what he was going to have me do. And I was getting worried I was going to be sweeping floors. And I don't want to do that. But, yeah, we're headed up. You know me, I like to complain. Even on shit that I like to complain. It's funny to complain. I'm actually very happy with what I got going on. I would like to go out of town. But, I guess this week it would be nice if I wasn't out of town. So I can get off, like today, if I can get off at a decent time, I can get that truck loaded up, and I can take it over and get the IDOD done. Maybe today. Maybe. Probably not. Maybe, though. And then I can, the next time I'm off at a decent time, I can go up to the DMV and get the DMV shit taken care of. And then the day after that, or, whenever I have free time after that, after I get all the shit done and the tag and everything is, not the tag, but the title is all in my name and everything, that's when the fucking shit's gonna start working, buddy. I'm gonna start fucking buying all kinds of shit for the truck. Well, first off, I need to get it pulled into the shop. So the first step after the legal shit is get the truck lifted up and find out what exactly is wrong with the brakes. Find out what's wrong with the brakes, get the brakes fixed. Step after that is wiring. Got to get the wiring figured out. I am not going to hot wire my fucking truck. I want key. I want the key to work. I want to get the steering wheel swapped over. I might end up doing the whole fucking steering shaft because I have a whole separate steering shaft. I don't know what the condition of it is, but I'll possibly buy a new tumbler for the key, the ignition tumbler. So I get a brand new key, one that's not all fucking, prison shank is what they seem like. They're so worn out. All the 2 drive keys that I got right now, or ignition keys, they are so worn thin. It's like they're gonna snap off at any moment. Not that it matters which key you use, because I don't think you need any key to use the ignition at the moment. And then I need it. So get the ignition done. Get the brakes, and the brakes is gonna be a problem. Maybe. I'm going to really have to do some work there. Probably wheels. I'll probably just replace all the wheels. I think the pads are going to be okay out back, but probably do all new brake lines throughout the entire truck, which could be a process, but, if I got a lift, that'll make it a lot easier. Get the brake lines ran, new wheel cylinders for the rear and the front. Well, the front would be a whole caliper. But I'd rather just replace the fucking caliper. Because that seems way easier than trying to work with old shit. I'd rather it just be new brake lines, new wheel cylinders. Hopefully if I'll check, whenever I rip the rear drums off, I'll check out them pads. If those pads are okay, then the drums are okay, then that's good. Clean it all up, make sure, get all the, clean it up, make sure everything's going to work good. There's nothing broken or missing. I don't need an emergency brake, but the emergency brake is fucked up. So, possibly do a new brake line for the emergency brake or the parking brake or whatever you want to call it. Like I said, ignition, figure out what's going on with the electrical, get all the electrical taken care of, make sure, I don't know, I might need a buddy to come over and help me figure out, and because I don't know how to do shit, really, so, get all the electrical done and taken care of, use some sort of a voltmeter or whatever, and get it all good. Make sure there's no draw, because I'm going to put a battery in it, and I don't want the battery to just die, the first night that I leave it there. It just either catches on fire and burns everything to the ground, or just has a parasitic draw. Is something that's a word I heard. Parasitic draw, where it just drains my battery for no fucking reason. Go through all the fuses, make sure all the fuses are good, and then try to work on the door locks, the door windows. Get it all nice and good. And then, if all that is good, get the headlights working, the brake lights working, the blinkers, the fucking license plate light. I got pulled over for a license plate light once. And that was in my black truck. Oh, your license plate light's out. I'm like, hey, shut the fuck up. He's like, you need to get a new license plate light. Hey, listen, you're lucky that's the only thing messed up that you found on this truck. If you want to keep looking, I'm sure you can find some other shit. But I got a ticket for a license plate light. I was like, this is the dumbest shit ever. Like, why are you bothering me for a license plate light? You have headlights. Use those. Okay? It just needs to be visible, doesn't it? Anyways, make sure I'll get all the wiring done, and I can work on the radio and all that shit later. That's going to be part of the interior redo whenever I do the interior. That's when I will work on wiring up. I'm going to do a full custom fucking radio, most likely. I really don't want to hack the dash apart, but maybe I could get one of them Classic Industries radio or something. So it can just mount normal. That'd be pretty cool. And yeah, fix the hood. The hood shouldn't be too bad if I just am able to bend that one piece down and weld it, or cut it out and weld a whole new piece in there or something, so the hood will actually latch instead of being like partially popped the entire time I'm driving around. Because that hood flying up is not going to be good. And then yeah, windshield. Got to get the windshield. But really, main thing is brakes and wiring, and then tires too. You know, because it's got tires on it, but I am not. I don't think them tires are going to work very well out on the road. They're going to blow apart as soon as I get out on the road. They're going to go boom, 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 boom. All four just blow out. I'm like, fuck, fuck. Now what do I do? Anyways, I'm rolling up on site. I gotta let you go. Make sure I haven't missed any phone calls. I bet you I did. Y'all keep all 18 down and have a great fucking day.